Hey guys, day 4 on the 68 Camaro. I'm going to tell you where I am right now on this car. So I got a battery and it's cranking over fine. It's got great spark. It's getting fuel. It's just not firing over. So I'm going to do a quick compression test on it. Mr. Wilson's going to stop by and give me a hand. We're just going to go through everything. Because as I pulled all the plugs out, I came across this. If you could see it. It's completely closed. So if it was running, it was only running on 7 cylinders. So I'm going to go through the whole thing. If you look, I pulled the valve cover off. It's actually super clean. It's really clean. And he told me the motor ran mint. But, you know, it's... Whenever you go to buy a car and it's not running, and they tell you it runs mint, or whatever it is they tell you, assume you're buying that car with a bad motor. That's how I assume this car. And he happened to have another motor. So when I purchased it, great guy, really nice guy. You know, and you know, we both kind of agreed, you know, I'm purchasing this car, and as far as I'm concerned, the motor's no good. So I'm basically buying a roller. So that's how we worked out the deal. He was happy, I'm happy, you know, but I may have to change the motor in it. But hopefully soon, I'm going to go through this. If the motor's good, we'll get it up and running and just try to figure out what the problem is. And hopefully I'll have it done today. If not, I guess maybe tomorrow you see me yanking the motor out of this thing. So while I'm waiting for Mr. Wilson, I'm just going to chug along. I'm going to just keep banging away with the stuff that I have. Alrighty, let's get to work. Alright guys, here's the story on the motor. The number 1 cylinder has no compression. The number 4 cylinder, no compression. So I guess maybe through the years of just sitting, you know, I guess the rings kind of went on them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this ready to yank it out. Throughout the day, I'll work on this and hopefully get that chrome trim on, hopefully get this piece on. I'm going to bounce around a little bit. I'll put the dash pad in. I got the new dash pad. So I'm going to just tool on this, and hopefully within the next day or two, I'm going to yank this motor out, and I'm going to put another motor back in it. And it'll give me a chance just to clean up the engine compartment anyway. And the next motor that I put in, supposedly it's supposed to run good, like this one, you know. But... you know, hopefully I can have the car up and running in a couple of days. It's only about a day to yank the motor out and do a motor swap and get it up and running. So I'm hoping in a couple of days I'll have this car finished. And I'm just going to keep plugging along. And, oh, a thing about this motor, it's actually an MO block. You know, I guess, you know, an MO block is, you know, it's a block that's, you know, you buy a car, the motor goes in, it's under warranty, so it's an over-the-counter block that they give you. This is an MO block. I mean, this is something you can make this thing, and you want to make it to a 302, you can. It's date coded 1967. It's actually a 1967 Corvette motor. It's got the 462 heads on it or something like that. You know, really good heads on it. And, you know, that's all I really know about the motor. I really don't know much about it. So, I know it's got good heads, and I know it's a date coded 67. So I'm going to yank that out. I'll throw that online and we'll see where it goes. You know, maybe somebody can use it. And I'll drop that other motor in. That's supposed to be... It's built to 302 specs. I couldn't tell you anything about it. That's what the gentleman told me. So we'll see. I'm going to keep plugging along and let's go to work. fighting with. Down in here, if you see this right here, that gets screwed in there, right down there. That just holds the harness. It holds in place for the starter and stuff. I kind of showed you on that car over there. It's really just a little mounting tab, so you don't damage your wires. Let me fix this. It's just a mounting tab for the wires right here. This way it keeps everything in, I guess from either maybe burning against the headers and things like that. But that's what I was fighting with down there. Normally I like to put these harnesses on the motor and then drop it in and then just screw it into the block over there. But it is what it is, I just wanted to show you what I was fighting with. All right, let me show you where I am. Alrighty, the motor's all disconnected. Headers are disconnected. That's all disconnected. I'll tie these up so they don't drop down when I yank the motor out. Same thing on this side. I'll tie this header up to here, just so when I yank the motor out, the header's off to the side. Makes it easier for me to drop the motor back in too. The only thing I have left to do, I took the radiator out. I drained most of the fluids. I got a little bit of a spill. I didn't have a big enough, wide enough bucket. But not bad. I'll clean that up really quick. The only thing I have left to do is, underneath the car, I got to take the drive shaft out, disconnect the tranny cross member, disconnect the Z-bar, and disconnect the shifter lever. And it's almost ready to come out. Other than taking out the tranny bolts and the motor mounts, this motor's ready to come out. If I had the other motor here now, I'd probably have this thing back together again today. But, I'm not going to press on this. I should have this done. I'm hoping. I hate to put a day on it now, but I'm hoping within the next couple of days, the motor will be out, the new motor will be in, and hopefully up and running and driving. So I'm gonna move on a little bit more. I'm not gonna stay late today because, I run around a lot, in the morning just trying to get some of the parts that I need for the car. So I'm hoping, like I say, in a couple of days, this car should be up and running and driving. Fingers crossed. So, alrighty, let me press forward a little bit. Alright guys, it's just about ready to come out. The only thing I have left to do is get that motor mount out. Right down in there. See it. Gotta get that motor mount out. And I also gotta do this. I have to take the shifter handle off. I have to take that off. And everything underneath is done. The transmission's disconnected, the drive shaft's out. All the fluids are out of it. I mean, I had a little bit of a spill, but nothing crazy. I'll clean that up. Yeah, it's pretty much, if you see, I took the fan off, the shroud, radiator, disconnected the headers, pulled out pretty much everything. So, you know, if I had a little more energy today, I'd probably yank it out. But either way, I gotta grab the other motor from the gentleman I bought the car from, which isn't far. He's right down the road. He's probably like 5, maybe 10 minutes away. So I'll shoot over there. I'm hoping to get that tomorrow morning. If I can get that tomorrow morning, I don't know. I might have this car back together tomorrow afternoon. So we'll see. It looks good on paper. It always does, but it never works out. But like I say, you know, I really wanted to get this car done in 3 days, but it was a little too much for me, I guess. And a little more involved, you know, I had to get more involved in taking the motor out, and that's fine. It's okay, you know. I've done 100 of them. I mean, I don't think it's a big deal, honestly. I was lucky. This car it's got manual steering, doesn't have air conditioning. I mean, this is as bare bones as you can get it. But that's about it. You know, I'm going to end the day today, and I have to thank you very much for those comments that you send me. I read them every night, and I try to get back to everybody. It's getting a little harder now because there's actually a lot of people on this channel now, and you guys are really making it grow, and I can't thank you enough for that. And I keep building them. If you want to see me get in here and get dirty, I don't mind doing it at all. It's what I enjoy doing. So I'm going to keep going on this. I want to try to get this project done, you know, hopefully within the next couple of days, because I really want to get started back on this right here. I want to get started on that. You know, that car is so close to being finished. And there's another project I want to start on, but I don't want to do anything until these cars are done. But that's about it. Like I say, as always, I appreciate you guys watching, and you guys take care of yourselves.